Welcome back to the Cinema Clubhouse podcast. I'm Travis.
And I'm Will.
And today, Will, our last spotlight of the year.
Last one of the year.
We've already reached the end of the year. How's that even possible?
Time flies, Travis.
Especially when you're having fun or trying to make a podcast.
Exactly.
Will, what do you want for Christmas this year? Why don't you tell me that? I know you weren't prepared for this. That's why I asked.
If I say it out loud, then Santa won't bring it, Travis.
Well, those are the rules of Santa. All right, today we are spotlighting a newer
classic.
Christmas classic, 8-Bit Christmas. It's a magical movie.
It really is.
It just is. You know, I think it's one of the most surprising movies in the past few years.
Honestly, you're the only other person I know that has seen the movie.
Will, we might be the only two that have seen it.
Which is a crime.
It is a crime. This movie needs to be talked about, studied, put in people's top 10 Christmas movies of all time.
Maybe higher.
Maybe higher. Top 5? You bet. It's where it belongs. Now, this movie is it's hard to explain how good it is for how little they made an effort to put it out. Yeah. I know the pandemic probably had a lot to do with some decisions, but it seems criminal that it just got dumped on a streaming service, and that was that.
Yeah, I mean, it came out the year when HBO picked up basically Warner Brothers' entire slate for same day streaming, which set Warner Bros. Back pretty good. It is an HBO original, so I don't necessarily think it was going to get a theatrical release one way or the other.
Yeah.
It deserved one.
Absolutely.
I think it could have been at worst a moderate hit for them. It's not like it was
I mean, you release that at Thanksgiving, I think it probably competes with everything else.
Yeah. It's not one that needed to make $400 million to make their money back. Like I don't know what the budget on what was it, but it's
I mean, it doesn't seem like it could have been crazy.
Yeah, it was probably
a moderate,
a mid-budget Christmas movie.
But yeah, it's an amazing story. It's an amazing kind of Christmas adventure-esque.
It's a Christmas story for a new age.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, that's essentially how I pitch it to people. It's basically a Christmas story meets Jingle All the Way, or throwing a splash of maybe Princess Bride, or
it's very good. Let's just start how we always start. Will, synopsis time, and then we'll get into this movie.
This is one of those times where the synopsis might actually be needed here.
That's right.
So, synopsis for 8-Bit Christmas. Set in the late 1980s suburban Chicago, 8-Bit Christmas follows adult Jake Doyle, played by Neil Patrick Harris, as he recounts to his daughter the hilarious and heartfelt story of how, as a kid, he and his friends tried every trick in the book to get their hands on the hottest item of the year, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Through neighborhood rivalries, overprotective parents, and increasingly ridiculous schemes, Jake's nostalgia-laced tale becomes a reminder that the holidays are about more than just the presents.
That's true. I mean, that sums it up. Did you guys enjoy the movie? You don't even need to watch it. Just kidding. Please watch it. No, like we said, this movie, the second I watched it, you know, it was kind of one of those like, oh yeah, I kind of heard about this. Let's just turn it on. Like, kind of pretty blind, not really knowing. And I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was so well done. And it brings me to tears at the end. Like, I'm just like, what the? Whoa, where'd this come from?
It takes you through the gamut of emotions.
It does. And it's just so well made. And I love the narration style of the story. I love so many elements of the story. But reliving it through me as a parent telling my kids things about my childhood, like I really connect with that, you know, trying to explain to your children the different way you grew up and like different things that probably don't make any sense to them.
Yeah, I think that I like that that use of narration and kind of not just a narration, but him framing the story, like telling it to his daughter.
Yeah.
Because you kind of get those interjections throughout from the daughter. The daughter is basically the kids nowadays, like, you know, interpreting it through their eyes.
Right.
whereas the father's, Neil Patrick Harris, always a great narrator anyway. But,
Yeah, that's right.
He's got his nostalgia,
Hmm.
colored glasses on, whatever the nostalgia.
Well, yeah, and like obviously knowing that going through the story, some ridiculous things happen that you're probably like,
is that really?
yeah, I mean, I doubt that's how it happened, but you're in it. You're kind of in the daughter's shoes as the audience member.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out the story with like as it's unfolding.
And I love the way, whenever the daughter kind of interjects, they always like alter what we're seeing in the story. Like, were you wearing a helmet? Yeah, I was wearing a helmet. Like,
yeah.
Was it green? Yeah, it was green.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of my call outs, where she's like, you were a helmet, right? He's like, oh yeah, everyone wore helmets in the 80s. And then it like adds it to him as he's telling it.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like a Wolf of Wall Street thing, when he's like in the beginning, when he's narrating, he's driving the Lamborghini. He's like, no, mine wasn't red, mine was white. And then it just changes it in the scene.
Yeah.
It gave me that kind of vibe, but that's just, he's trying to tell this awesome story, but then realizes like, oh, maybe I don't want to be too truthful of how like insane things were.
Yeah.
To be like, yeah, it's okay to go do that because different world we live in now.
80s were a little different.
Yeah.
Less snowplow parents back then.
Yeah.
Kind of more free reign.
Yeah.
Kids leave in the morning and come back by dinner time.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, a very different world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the setup of the movie, how the daughter wants a phone so bad, and she's like, this is the only, like, if I don't get the phone for Christmas will be ruined. Mm-hmm. Blah, blah, blah. As most kids, if you don't get the thing that you're wishing the hardest, then what's even the point?
Yeah.
And him getting to relive that to explain to her that Christmas is way bigger than the gift you think you want, because even the gift you want more than anything eventually just sits on the shelf and it's not that important. But at that moment is, you're going to kill somebody. You're going to fight for this.
So what was your Nintendo growing up?
My Nintendo was a PlayStation.
A PlayStation?
Yeah.
Funny enough, I think mine might have been the 64.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like the coveted gifts throughout my childhood.
I think mine were game systems.
Yeah.
Similar to this movie. The GameCube was a big one.
Mm-hmm.
I was told, there's no way I can't get that. And, I was like, well, that's it. That's all I want. So
I remember it was in the whole big Power Rangers craze when that first started. I think I wanted one of the Megazords.
Yeah.
That might have been my Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh, I was a little bit younger than the kids in this movie, so maybe it probably was maybe the 64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get the present?
I definitely had a 64. The Megazord, I believe, similar to this one. It wasn't a Christmas present. I think I actually got it for myself.
For yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there's some pride in, as a kid, you don't want to have to work for something that's a Christmas gift is easy. You just ask and you receive it.
Yeah.
But if you have to work, do chores, mow lawns, rake leaves, whatever it takes to get it, it makes you appreciate it more.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're lacking that in society these days.
Yeah, Jake definitely worked for it.
Yeah, he definitely worked for it.
He had a lot of schemes, a lot of different methods for attaining said Nintendo.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, getting to the story, he starts the story explaining to the daughter like how when the Nintendo came out, there's only one kid in this neighborhood that had one. Timmy King. And the funny thing about this, the setup of this is just like, he's got like 50 kids in his yard every day. I'm like, there's just no way. Like, that's insane. And then he only picks 10 at a time to go in, and they never get to play it.
I love every scene at Timmy King's house.
I know, it's pure gold.
He is it had to be so fun for the kid actor who played him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like the direction to just be the biggest jerk you possibly
can. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, some of my favorite parts happen at his house. Obviously you have all the kids that are trying to get invited into the house to play the Nintendo.
Yeah.
And they're bringing him offerings he's some cult leader.
Exactly. Some god you have to sacrifice your whatever you own to him.
Yeah.
And you might not even get to play, but you get to come and watch.
You get to watch them. Yeah.
Well, nowadays kids love watching other people play games instead of playing. So I guess
that's true.
It's probably those kids that didn't get picked.
But I love, he's comes out to walkout music, and there's that one scene where he gets his sister to walk
She's
out
like,
and
God, this is so stupid. He's like,
box.
It'll be cool.
my probably favorite jerk move of his is whenever he's got an intercom in his basement, and he's turns on the intercom and calls his mom for a Pop-Tart, and the mom asks any of his guests want any, and he starts counting the people. He's like, nope, just one.
Yeah. Sets the tone of who this character is. But that's their only taste of the Nintendo, is going to this guy's house and dealing with his shenanigans, just so you can get somewhat of a taste. And the movie starts where our main character realizes he needs his own, because this is not going to work. So he's like, I'm just gonna.
It's not feasible. He can't convince. Old Timmy Keen.
The cool thing about that is we get introduced to all the characters in this opening kind of sequence of going to the house to play the Nintendo, and it's a fun batch of kids, and all the kids do really well in this movie. I always have a problem with kid actors.
Yeah, they all nailed it.
Most of the time, I'd say more than not. It's that would have been so much better if they were better. But these, similar to how I felt watching Stranger Things, I felt like all the kids were perfectly placed and did their part, and I wasn't taken out of it by anybody. But a kid-led movie is a risk.
Yeah, and the kid who played young Jake was the lead.
Yeah.
I mean, nailed every scene.
He nailed every scene, and the thing is, it felt like this was an 80s movie made in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, the movie didn't feel like it was made in 2021. It felt like it was made in the 90s.
Yeah.
And that's what I think resonated so much with me, is that it felt like one of those old Christmas movies we used to watch. And I know that that's part of what they're going for.
Oh yeah.
And they nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it really is. I mean, and not necessarily beat for beat, but a lot of it is basically a Christmas story. I mean, you replace the BB gun with the Nintendo.
Yeah.
You've got the chaotic mall scene.
Yeah.
It all correlates.
Yeah. So Jake realizes, I need to just ask for one. And so he kind of tricks his parents into asking while they're busy, to be like, oh, they said it and I'll get it. And then his plan immediately goes wrong, because they're like, no, you can't have that. He's like, what you just said. He's like, nah.
But also his sister, the saboteur.
Yeah. She's really dictating this whole thing.
And she's great too.
She's like, everybody's great.
Yeah.
And one thing that stood out that was so amazing was Steve Zahn. Like, I hadn't seen him in anything in a while, and he's so good in this.
It's a tragedy.
It is a tragedy.
Steve Zahn is one of the most underappreciated character actors. I feel like
of all time.
He needs to get his shine, like his lead movie.
He does. But it was refreshing to see him in something, and he's so good. Like, everybody's so good. The parents are great.
Yeah.
The dynamic's great. And I love cutting back to Neil Patrick Harris and his daughter as the story unfolds, and she has questions, kind of like we do. Like, is that real? Yeah. He's like, yeah, why would I make that up? Like, obviously he's lying. But it's just such I don't know. They just nail everything about the start of the movie to be a classic. Like, it felt like a classic movie the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
It's rare that a movie feels that.
It's lived in.
It feels like I've been on this path and I love it, even though I hadn't been.
Yeah.
So it's just refreshing. But yeah, Steve Zahn is great. There's the first scene we're introduced to who his dad is. The theme around his dad is like he can never find anything, and tools are all is in random places. But my favorite is he's asking for his skill saw. And then his wife's like, it's in the tub. And he's like, no, that's my jigsaw. I need my skill saw. And then it cuts to the next scene, and he's using his jigsaw, which it kills me. I was like, you just said you don't want that, and you're using that. But the cool thing is seeing how him and his dad don't really have a good relation. Not a good relationship. They don't really have anything in common. And you can see the dad's trying.
Yeah.
But the only thing Jake cares about is
Getting that Nintendo.
Getting the Nintendo. And the dad's like, ugh, go outside.
Rot your brain.
It's so crazy how it's like this movie just like set in the 80s, but also just like it rings true today.
Yeah,
it really does.
It does. I love their dynamic. Well, it's not really a bad relationship. It's just he's got singular focus.
Yeah.
And the dad is the most scatterbrained.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So let's just, anything else you want to touch in kind of that first opening? We're introduced to all the kids, the parents.
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of going back to the kids, like you have a great kind of assortment of characters. You got the pathological liar, Jeff, Connor, who's the greatest, Connor Stump.
Yeah.
The twins, the Hodges twins.
Yeah.
They're good. I forget the other one's name. Is it Mike or something?
Yeah, I think I can't remember.
But yeah, they're all great. You know, they've got that great dynamic in the group, and I think that's showcased throughout. Yeah, whether that be like the basement scenes or at the school. But yeah, that's really it. I mean, it's like you said, just a great introduction, and all the actors are delivering. Yeah, and then we get the Power Glove comes out. Power Glove, and so they know this is like a special occasion. After school, we're going to go over and play the video games. That's when they have to bring offerings. Because it's a special occasion. That's when we get the intro music. And, there's literally, the great thing is like, who else knows? They're like, well, Jeff knows. They're like, what could go wrong? And it cuts to the house. And there's like 150 people outside. But the best is like the gym teacher's there. He's the only adult. Like, he wants to play it. And he should have been let in.
Well, yeah, he's like, he brought cash. Yeah. He's like, untraceable cold hard cash. It's like little jokes like that are just so funny. Like, it's just a group of kids and then one adult. And he even addresses it by saying, my fellow classmates and whatever the teacher's name is. Yeah. And you. And he's just like, it's so good. But that's the greatest basement scene, because that's when they find out that the Power Glove is shit. It's terrible. It's horrible. And the girl is playing him in the fighting game, and she's winning.
Killing him.
He's getting, this guy can't handle losing, especially to a girl. But and so he loses, and then has the most epic freak out, and they start cheering him on, and then he attacks the TV. The TV breaks and crushes the dog.
Oh man! For a second I thought they really were going to go there.
I know. I mean, it looked like it.
I mean, even the daughter interrupts the story. It's just like, you didn't tell me this story had a dead dog.
Yeah. I think that's like our first cutback, like, to them. Like, we hear them talking sometimes, but we don't cut back. That's like the first time we cut back to the daughter. And the thing I love about the cutting back is they're slowly building a fort in the bedroom that they're playing in. Yeah. And each time they cut back, it's like bigger and bigger. Yeah. But they never address that. It's just a fun thing.
I don't even think I noticed that.
That stood out to me. But yeah, the whole basement thing, and that's when the antagonist of the movie starts, where video games cause violence and all video games need to be banned. So it really puts a hindrance on their chances of getting Nintendo. And it sets up the conflict of the movie. Yeah. Like, now my parents hate it. What are we gonna do?
Then they find out about the contests.
The contest, the Christmas wreaths for the Boy Scouts. If whoever sells the most gets a Nintendo. So there's their this is the plan. And then we get all kinds of fun, sabotaging each other to try to sell. It's just so good. It's so funny.
Yeah, that first scene with the wreaths, where he comes to the guy's door and he answers. He's expecting like a
I know he's like practicing. Woman. Yeah, this guy's like, really, what do you want? He's like, what? You trying to sell me something? No. Says no soliciting. He's like, you want to buy a wreath?
Oh no, are you? Do you have a learning disability?
Yeah. But he's like, you have a learning disability? Oh, you don't, do you? No. Oh, good.
Like, Mom, This kid thinks Reese sucks.
And then Jeff is next door. I was like, you gotta watch out for those no soliciting signs. And then the lady opens it. And he's like, hello, young lady. Is your mother home? It's like, and he's like, oh crap, I'm cooked. But the whole trying to sell the wreaths is great. It's just, we get a great kind of montage of them, all the kids, even the twin sister is like helping the brother try to sell, and he's just too dumb. And she's like, oh my gosh, just say it. And he's like, why don't you say it? She's like, because I'm not a stupid boy in the Boy Scouts. It's just so good. It's such a fun dynamic. But then the whole time we're kind of battling the video games are bad. And he's like, well, I'm just going to get my own and I'll win this contest and then get my own. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When they're waiting for their snow day, when they're waiting to hear the snow day, and he's saying in the history of this county, there's never been a snow day. And then the mom is like, all right, nobody get their hopes up. All right. It is what it is. And they're all listening. And then they say the three schools, and then he's like, and that's it. And then the mom like, son of a, and throws, like breaks everything. She's like, I told you to don't get your hopes up. It's so funny. It's so good.
I find it interesting. I mean, I've never lived in that part of the country. I know they get buckets of snow.
Yeah.
I find it interesting. Like there's still that anyone gets a snow day if they've never gotten a snow day.
Just in their because you know how there's like different schools where you live. It's just that one.
It's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's like, it all depends. Because I know when my wife was in high school, they had a guy that moved to take over for their district from Antarctica. And they never had snow days. Because he's like, yeah, this is nothing.
From Antarctica?
Yeah. He's like, this is nothing. And I mean, it was something. And so I think if you get someone in charge who's like, no big deal. I think that could be it. It's just some guy who's like, I've seen it worse. It's a crazy thing. But I know the anticipation of wanting a snow day and not getting it is
terrible.
Almost as defeating as not getting Nintendo for Christmas.
Especially when you're so sure.
Yeah. You're like, there's no
You're looking outside, you're like,
oh, yeah.
The roads, they haven't cleared.
There's cars flipped upside down. You're like,
it's still snowing.
It's still coming down. But yeah, the mom's reaction and then blaming them for, I told you to not get your hopes up, is just comedic timing is just perfect. It's so good.
That whole scene with the parents meeting and the Timmy Keen's parents leading the charge with the mom holding the dog with the broken leg and whatever.
Oh, that part is so good. That's a little later on. I wrote there's a funny line in that, like when they're going through the slides and it gets to the dog and you just hear in the background, oh, is that a dog? Like it's just stuff like that in this movie is so funny.
Yeah.
But let's get to when they go to the mall,
like
for the first time. And so Nintendo, he's trying to sell the wreaths. He's trying to do all that. They have to go shopping for Christmas, which the dad hates. So he's already, annoyed. Mm-hmm. And then the daughter wants her Cabbage Patch doll.
Well, the sister approaches.
Yes, the sister approaches the brother
with a
proposition.
A proposition. Yeah. Thank you.
You help me get this. I'll help you
I've got a plan to sell a bunch of wreaths.
Yeah. Like she basically is like, just go to an old person's home and sell it.
Yeah.
It's a good plan.
Great plan.
And he has to deal with all that nonsense.
Honestly, most of the kids' plans in this are good plans.
Yeah, they're good. I think they probably made so much money for this scout troop. Like so much.
Yeah.
The record year. But yeah, they go to the mall and they get to the mall and the girl wants to look for the Cabbage Patch doll she wants. And then it just cuts to the janitor standing in an empty hall and he's just shaking his head. And then that whole scene is so funny. He's like, the last patch that we'll see in Chicago, and he's like, it was ugly. There's a lady that punched her grandma, same family. It's just so good. And then the Nintendo is there.
Yeah.
And then it starts
the Nintendo starts
calling
seducing Jake.
Yeah, it starts calling to him. There's some great stuff in that. So then he just gets in the trance, and the parents like, watch your sister. And then of course he's just playing the game. And then, I mean, even the Nintendo's like, forget your sister. She's useless. He's like, you're right.
Yeah.
But that whole scene is
And the
hilarious.
sister gets lost.
Yeah, she's lost. She's outside of the mall, which is insane.
Yeah, she's talking to some, I don't know,
Yeah.
scalper. I don't know.
Oh, he's talking to some Santa,
Yeah,
asking him like, can I get a Cabbage Patch?
Yeah.
But it's funny because the whole conversation with the Nintendo, he gets on this like, he's on a hot streak in this game, and he mentions like taking his retainer out, and for some reason he does, which I don't understand. What is he doing?
Yeah, like I don't
even need this. Like,
I never had a retainer, so
Yeah.
I don't really know what that's.
I don't know.
That experience.
I never
is
had a
like.
retainer that looked like that. I had one that kind of
Yeah.
just fit my teeth and was like whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't understand that portion. But he takes it off, throws it on the ground, which is crazy. And then he's like, the whole mall was cheering my name. And then you hear the parents like, "Where's your sister?" And then he's like, "Oh," because he's just playing the game. And then they find her outside. And then he's just like, "It's your sister. It's not like you lost your retainer." And then he like
His mouth is
feels it.
closed.
And then the dad's like, "Open your mouth." And then he runs back in.
The great chase.
The great chase through it's a great chase sequence. It's hilarious.
Oh, it's great.
Trying to find the retainer, and somehow it got out of the store. He took it out in the
That's
store, and
true.
it's on another level.
It just got kicked
it just
around or
kicked
something.
around. And then he has to. And then dad sees him, and then he sees it, and he has to put the nasty thing in his mouth.
Well, he doesn't see it. The dad doesn't see the retainer.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
he picks it up. It's just full of nasty, and he puts it in right before his dad sees, and then he opens it. And he's like, "Huh."
Not before the dad punches an elf in the face.
Oh yeah, I wrote that down.
Throws him over the escalator.
Yeah, I mean, when they walk in, he's like, hold on, I wrote it.
I believe you.
I did. Oh, they walk in and he like screams, "Oh, elves!" And she's like, "What?" He's like, "They just freaked me out." And then one of them comes up to him. He's like, "Back off, Jack!" Like he hates them so much. But yeah, punching the elf.
He hates elves and he hates people from Wisconsin.
Oh, he
apparently.
does. An elf from Wisconsin almost
Oh.
killed him. He's like, "Oh." Let's go back a little bit. There is when they're in the class, like when they're talking about how they're never going to get to go back to the kids' basement because of the dog incident.
Mhm.
It's just a funny joke. The teacher's talking about the Dewey Decimal System. And she's like, "This is as important as cursive. If you don't know either of these as adults, you will not be able to function in life." It's like two things we don't use it at all.
Yeah.
It's just funny. Like I said, there's like golden little gems like that throughout this movie.
We also have not talked about Josh Jaworski at this point.
That's true. That's true.
He's already had a couple memorable scenes.
That's right.
The flunky, who's I don't know, 20 years old,
30.
Honestly, like I
The
don't know.
bully of the school that even they don't know what grade he's in,
Yeah,
but he's just there.
yeah. I've seen him in a few things before. He always plays the bully.
He's like the kid version of Jason Segel. He looks exactly like him, and kind of acts like in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
When like he flashes back to a kid, he's almost exactly like that. Almost exactly.
I'm trying to see it. I don't know.
Well, just look right here. It's
Okay.
right here. I put it up.
Okay.
See it?
Oh wow. Now that you put it up.
That's good. Well, no, I'm just saying like he's a huge guy, just
Yeah.
a big bully.
Well, he's huge for, a fifth grader or whatever grade they're in because he's not.
Right? Yeah. I mean, he's like a high schooler.
He's a high schooler.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. And the like King of the Mountain game they play where they just run up the hill and like let him just throw it.
I mean, even Neil Patrick was like, "I don't know why we did this. Like we just let him throw us down this hill. We did it every morning."
Yeah. Like the punishment would have been worse if they didn't let him do that.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's threatening to like kill Jake about his girl boots.
Yeah. Which if he'll see him, he'll kill me. Like that's insane. But
Even the daughter interjects, like, it just.
tell me, Will, were the
Boots.
80s like this?
I don't know, Travis. I wasn't in that much of.
Well, you were in more than I was.
I never had girl boots that I'm remembering.
Well, that's good.
And I never went to school with a kid that was like
A
supposed
30-year-old.
to be 4 or 5 grades ahead.
Well, that's good.
So-
That's great.
Yeah.
No, he's a fun character. The classic I guess,
He's
bully.
just so angry all the time.
Yeah, and he just wants to punch these kids. It's like, God, I hate all of you. I don't even know why. I just hate you all.
Yeah. He's good. Another good character.
Right after when they find out about the contest,
Yeah.
because the pathological liar tells them about it, that if you sell the wreaths, you get Nintendo. They're like, we need proof because everything you say is a lie.
Yeah.
So he brings the proof, and the bully steals it, and he's like, it's just a picture of a wreath. He's like, yeah, you have to read it.
Yeah, that was a great little throwaway line.
Yeah. There's a lot of good throwaway lines in this movie.
Yeah. But back to the mall.
Yeah.
So like didn't get her Cabbage Patch Kid. Jake salvaged the day by not losing his retainer.
Not losing his retainer. He's like, I'm not sure how much it was, but it was described to me, if I lose it, don't bother coming home. So I imagine it's as much as a new car.
Yeah. Honestly, back then, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Like, according to his dad, orthodontics is a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
So now the likelihood of him getting Nintendos is shrunk even more because the parents saw that what it did to him in the store made him lose track of everything.
Didn't help his cause.
He often doesn't help his own cause.
That's true. He's a self-saboteur.
Then after that, the dad and Jake go to buy a Cabbage Patch Kids from like a drug dealer
on the street. Yeah,
on the street under a bridge. And then he's like, Dad, this is kind of scary. He's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Cabbage Patch Kids were. Do you know?
Not offhand. I mean,
I don't think they were insane.
Just like any other craze, like Beanie Babies or, Furbies or whatever. Like the original price is not at a certain point, not usually what people are paying for them. They're resorted because there's none left. They're paying like 3-4 times the price.
Right. So they're sold out all across Chicago. So the dad finds some guy. I don't know how he found him. There's no internet.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
he knew a guy who knew a guy.
He knew a guy, and then so they go to buy one, and that's just a funny scene. And then he brings the son to verify that they're the real ones because the dad has no idea what they look like. Mm-hmm. But then he's like, $100. He's like, no. But I was like, dude, $100? You're saying how expensive other things were. That sounds terrible for a stuffed animal.
Right.
He gets it down to 70, and then they get it, and the guy's like, also has the Nintendo in there, and he's like, let's ask him about that. And then dad's like, no. And then he's like, they say a great line. He's like, why does she get what she wants, but I don't get what I want? He's like, do you want to deal with your sister if she didn't get what she wants? He's like, no. He's like, that's why.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was that scene or an earlier scene, but I had written down, I don't negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah.
And Jake is like, so you just give them what they want?
He's like,
yeah.
Yeah. It's that scene. Yeah. It's good. It's a good line. But then, so we still have the wreaths competition to fall on.
Yeah.
So
good backup.
He feels pretty confident.
He sold a lot of wreaths.
He sold a lot.
Thanks to Lizzie.
Yeah. Thanks to his sister and the help of old people who don't just like kids.
Yeah.
Because they remind them of their children. So then we get to the who's the winner. And we have everybody in there. The bullies in there, even people that aren't in the scouts. Yeah. And they call it out like, are you even in this group? And he's like, give us the wreaths contest. They're just like screaming for it. So then they like bring out the 3 prizes. And like the anticipation of who's going to win. You're just like, oh my gosh. And then the liar, he's third and gets a subscription to Boys Life. And he's like, oh my gosh, this sucks. And then the twins get second. They get a globe, immediately throws it in the trash. and then we get to the winner. And of course, it's Jake. And he's like, oh, this is amazing. And then they reveal it, and it's encyclopedias. And they're like, and everyone's just like, what? How is this possible? And then it cuts to the meeting they had the night before with the parents where the dad of the spoiled brat says how video games cause violence. And then they do the whole slideshow presentation. And everybody gasping at each thing.
Yeah. I love every time in the movie when they use the slow-mo of all the kids freaking out.
Yeah.
Because they're so good.
Yeah, there's so many moments.
But he immediately throws the encyclopedias away, just like the globe.
Yeah, just like the globe. And the guys, like the scout leaders, are like, we're so excited to give you these great gifts this year. And he's like, you sold the record most ever.
Yeah.
And then that's what he gets. And then, and then they have the banning meeting, which is hilarious. I mentioned that line about, is that even a dog? Like, just a random thing. But it's funny because like the cop's like, no more dogs getting crushed in my town. Like everyone buys into it. Obviously, this did not happen. Like it goes like the entire county. They ban it for the whole county, and they're working on the whole state. Like, this is insane. And so now, not only did they not get it, it's banned where they live to buy video games. So it's over, right? Game over.
Cut to the Hodges birthday party.
Hodges' birthday party at a roller rink.
The sad roller rink birthday
Which
party.
the daughter's like, what's a roller rink? And Neil Patrick Harris is like, like so upset. Like,
right?
Oh, God, what's a roller rink? The sad birthday party, how they don't have the Nintendo.
One of my favorite things is people being sad at happy places. That's one of my favorite bits. Anything. Just like... I love the people that do the like sad pictures on vacation or like
Will's pure joy.
Kills me.
You spent all this money to be happy and you're miserable.
Like at a birthday party, just like sadly eating cake. You see them rolling around the rink, just like not having any fun.
That's good. That's good stuff. So then they find a baseball card. The twins, the sister is really into baseball cards and tracking the value of baseball cards. And they find a typo one with a swear word in it. Mm-hmm. So they're like, "Oh,
face,
this is going to be worth a lot of money. It's worth like $95, which in the '80s is pretty. I mean, that's good now. I'll take $95.
Yeah.
So then they realize we can just buy our own. So they come up with a plan of selling some of these baseball cards, getting enough money, and when they go on their field trip in Chicago, they'll go back to the mall and buy one.
There were a lot more steps to the plan.
There were a lot more steps.
I mean, Jake had like a 12-step plan.
Yes.
On a whiteboard.
But we planned, this is when it's like the heist is being planned out.
Yeah.
Like how they're going to do it. They're going on this field trip.
He's a little Billy Ocean.
That's right.
Billy Ocean? Danny Ocean.
He's Billy Ocean.
Danny Ocean. Billy Ocean
the kid version. Oh, dear God. This is good. Then the whole heist, this is like the heist of the movie. And it's played out.
It's their Vietnam.
Yeah, it's their Vietnam. I'm not sure you know what that means. So good. They have to. There's a lot of things that have to happen for this to work perfectly. Mm-hmm. They have their friend who's allergic to SpaghettiOs, a part of the plan, which is just he's great.
Connor Stump,
man, just so good.
My favorite character of the whole
movie. But they run into one problem. They plan this whole thing out. They're going on this field trip. The bully comes into the picture and steals all the money. Mm-hmm. And we're like, come on, this can't happen. And so they get to their spot where they can do it, and they have no money, so they have to come up with something. They have to think on their toes, Will. And they do.
These are some resourceful children.
These are future leaders.
Kevin McAllister level resourceful.
Oh yeah. They have to come up with a plan quickly, and they do. And all the kids get involved. That's what I love about this. Like everybody has their role to play to make this work. Mm-hmm. And it almost worked.
They get pretty close.
I love just the how tense it is building up to him going into the mall to get the thing. You got the kid outside puking his brains out of SpaghettiOs, which the teacher's like, I should have stayed a dancer in Las Vegas. She's like, God, I hate my life. But then he runs into some parents that know who he is protesting video games. So then they get the liar on the phone from the national nephew. I don't know what he calls it. He's like, I'm your nephew. I don't have a nephew. I know. That's why I'm calling. It's like adopted nephew thing.
Yeah.
Just to distract him, he goes and gets the Nintendo. And a little foreshadowing in this scene. When he runs in, the little Santa outside says, watch out, it's slick. He didn't listen.
Yeah.
He had one thing on his mind. Nintendo. Gets the Nintendo. Gets back outside just as, things are finally the bus is about to leave. Slips on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Nintendo slow motion into the street. I did not think that was actually going to happen. I really thought that's how he got it.
Well, the best part is not only does he lose the Nintendo, and it's going to get run over because, of course it is.
Of course it is.
But not only does it get run over, it explodes.
It explodes.
This is like 21 Jump Street with the chicken truck blowing up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. Yeah, the exploding is just perfect. And of course that actually happened.
Yeah, no.
Everything
unquestioned
that happens in the story actually happened. So now that's it. Their plan did not work.
Despite the heroic efforts of Connor Stump.
Connor Stump almost saved
projectile spaghetti-o vomit. So much vomit.
Exorcist level vomit.
Yeah, exactly.
So now the disappointment sets in. They're not gonna get the Nintendo, and then it's Christmas.
Yeah.
And there's no Nintendo. And as you open presents, you're hoping that maybe someone got it.
Yeah.
And then there's that really glimmer of hope where there's a present
Nintendo-sized box
from
unopened.
Aunt and Uncle that they forgot about.
From Japan,
only to be a light bright. And then the mom's like, "That's such a fun toy," and he's just like, "Yeah." He's over it.
The movie has so many good fake outs.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does. It makes you think at any point he could actually achieve this.
Yeah.
And then really rips the rug out. I was like, no, there's no way.
Yeah.
Christmas comes, no Nintendo, calls his friends, disappointment settles in. They're like, yeah, I didn't get one either. And they're like, all right, we'll see you later. And then the dad, they're about to leave to go to Minnesota for the next few days.
Gotta beat
traffic.
Early morning traffic.
So the dad makes him, he's like, go clean up the poop that he has struggled to clean up this whole movie.
That was another good bit throughout the movie.
It was.
The dog poop in the back, and then
the dog poops more than any dog ever, and then they go back there, and it's just like unbelievable amounts of
and
poop.
the cut to the dog pooping.
Yeah, as he's pooping.
Yeah.
But then he goes out to clean it out, and he sees the big surprise, the big present that the dad has been working on the whole time, is a giant tree fort that's freaking amazing.
It's a pretty sweet treehouse.
It's awesome. And
then the one thing the dad's actually finished.
Yeah. And I think, that obviously that's what the dad was working on the whole movie.
Yeah.
That's why nothing else is finished. Because he's working on this.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I know the pain of starting something and not finish it. I get it. Okay. But no, it's a really touching moment to see like how excited he is for that, and like that the dad built this for him. Mm-hmm. To give him something that he enjoyed as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, throughout the whole movie, that, like you mentioned earlier, they never really had anything that they were able to connect with.
Yeah.
Or connect about. Rather.
Yeah, like the kid was always not interested because he was always like, I could show you how to use those tools. We could do this. And he's like, no. And then this was like the first time he like understood
this is what we can do.
This is what you can do. And then it's a moment that gets me so bad, Will.
The treehouse in particular?
That I can't recover from that.
Yeah, from that point on.
Because like you're like, oh, that's touching. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
And then him telling we cut back to him telling the daughter. And then she's like, wait, you didn't get a Nintendo? What the heck? She's like, what the heck were we playing up there?
Yeah.
And he's like, but her realizing the point of the story too is like, Christmas is so much more than the thing you want.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't get it, doesn't mean it can't be a great Christmas.
I mean, you remember the gifts too,
right?
But those kind of take a backseat to the experiences.
Yeah, and this is the line that gets me. It's not going to get me now, Will. I'm stronger than you think.
Let me get some onion.
Yeah. You just slowly. But when the daughter's like when she gets the point of the story, and she's like, "That's the Christmas you and your dad found your thing together," and he had never thought of it that way, and then he realizes that because then they built so much stuff together from that day on, and he was like, he thanks her for that because he's like, "You're right," like. That was and like, God, dude, it makes me.
Well, the realization, that's the point of the story. They're all at dinner. Like the mama just comes back. It was just him and his daughter.
Right.
Most of the movie, the daughter, they're at his mom's house and she comes back, and it's that point you realize like they're at the dinner. He's married to Katie,
the girl that had the same boots.
The girl with the same boots.
Yeah.
But that's, they're at the dinner table and that's the point where they pan to the empty seat.
Yeah.
Where the dad, and you realize like, oh, this is still fresh. Like
this is probably their first Christmas without
their first Christmas without the dad.
Yeah.
And it all kind of.
Which that hits you even harder.
Yeah. Of course, the music swells and it's.
Oh, yeah. They do a good job.
Yeah. It's very manipulative, but it works.
But then when she's like, yeah, I get it. Like, I'm not going to get the phone and it's okay.
Yeah.
And then realizing like, that's when him and his dad found their thing together, and they had so many memories based on that, not getting the Nintendo.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, man, you put that in a movie like this, and you're just like, God, this movie might just be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, up to that point, it was still a great movie.
Yeah.
Like it was still one where I was like, this is going on the on the Christmas roster, like already. But yeah, the gut punch ending kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, to tug on your heartstrings like when you really haven't.
And the execution is so good too, because I remember the second time I watched it, I was introducing it to my wife's sister's family, and her kids, our nieces were watching with us. I forget how old they were at the time, maybe like the youngest one might have been like 5, 6, and she got that moment like that. It hit her. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that really is like. Yeah, I mean, it is, and it's just because when the daughter's like, "This is my favorite place at Grandma and Grandpa's," and he's like, "Mine too," and so it's like, God. Yeah. Like I don't know how they hid that the whole time. Like we're just gonna save this. Like I mean, not hide it, but just like I've never had a movie that had a moment that I was not an emotion I didn't see coming. Well, it's interesting because, I mean, like obviously they don't show the other members of his family either, like the younger kid and his wife. Obviously meant to be a reveal that it's Katie Sarantino, right? But when the mom walks in, for some reason your brain doesn't go to the fact that it's just her, right? Well, no, because they're talking about Grandma and Grandpa, so you just assume, yeah. And then, that's probably the first Christmas without him. That's why they're there, probably. Yeah. And it all just falls into she wants the phone more than anything in the world, and that's the only thing important. And it's just like, well, I had a moment like that too. Yeah. And it's probably even crazier to talk about that to her for the first time like then. And it's like, damn, I don't know how they pulled this on me. Yeah. I never recovered. I was like bawling my eyes, and my wife's like, good Lord. And I was like, listen here, Heartless, okay? This was touching, okay? Okay, the Grinch? Yeah, jeez. You want to watch the Grinch now? Yeah, his heart grew however many sizes. 3 sizes, I don't know. But no, it's just, that made it even better. Oh, yeah. Like, it bumped it up. Like, this was like, oh, man, this is a super fun, hilarious Christmas movie to, like, top 5. Like that moment did that. It's in my top 5. Yeah, it's so good. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. It's on HBO. Yeah, it's only on HBO. I wish you could get it. Yeah, physical media. You can buy a DVD online. You can buy a DVD online, but yeah, it really should. It's one of the most like heartfelt, genuine Christmas movies I've seen in a long time. Yeah, easily. And it holds up. It's so funny. Like the jokes are so funny, and like the situations are so funny. Well, that's the thing too. Is like all the humor comes from the situations and the acting.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily just like throwaway jokes.
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris has kind of some of those, but it's mostly like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But in one of his jokes, when he falls in the very beginning in front of that Santa,
also
and he says, "Still, like
yeah,
it's been 40 years, 30 years, is still this."
yeah.
That's just funny, but no, it's one of the most heartfelt, just like great original Christmas movies. And it deserved a theatrical run. It deserves recognition. It deserves to be talked about.
At some point, I hope it develops a cult following.
I think it might, and we might start that. Will,
I would be happy to. Would you like to hear some interesting production
please
facts?
tell me, Will.
Got a few of them. So that Bill Ripken F-Face card, the error card that started the whole plan, that's a real 1989 Fleer baseball card.
Wow.
The movie was a genuine printing error that became a collectible legend. So that was a real card.
That's cool.
So despite the movie's entire focus being about the Nintendo, not a single game developed by Nintendo actually appears in the movie. No, that's Mario's.
But that's funny because he's like, when he's talking to the Nintendo, and he's like, "I have every game you could ever dream of," and he's like,
none of those games were real.
He's like, he says the first one, he's like, "What about something else?" He says another one, "What about something else?" He's like, "What about Rampage?" He's like, "Sure." It's like,
yeah,
that's funny.
Rampage. I don't know. Was it? I don't know if that was
Rampage. I don't think it was a Nintendo game. I think it's like an arcade game.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Like they never play anything.
But like the game they were playing, like the fighting game, that wasn't a real game.
Well, in the game, he was like shooting the stuff in the very first time. That wasn't what you used the gun for. I don't know what that was. Like, they made it up.
Yeah, it was all fake.
I'm sure it's a lot cheaper to do it that way.
Yeah.
To not use licensed games.
This next one, I couldn't find any other sources with this fact, but it was on IMDb, so it might be real, but take it with a grain of salt. I thought it was kind of wild.
Okay.
So some alternate casting that could have happened. Mm-hmm. These are some names that were apparently up for the role of John Doyle the dad.
Okay.
Sam Jackson, Kurt Russell, Peter Dinklage, and John Goodman. All four very, very different movies.
Very different movies.
I would have the Peter Dinklage one would have been interesting. That's the one that's kind of like, huh.
I just don't see him as that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, any of them. Maybe Kurt Russell.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe though. I don't know.
All of them are a little bit older than.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not Dinklage, but maybe Dinklage. I can't think of how old he is, but
I'm not. I think he's in his.
Again, this was on IMDb.
Yeah.
I couldn't find another verifiable source, but
that'd be wild. That'd be wild. That's not even close to what they landed on.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, the family would have been a little bit different.
Yeah.
I mean,
you have to change a lot.
You change a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, Steve Zahn, kind of the MVP of the movie.
Well, yeah, like honestly,
I said Connor Stump earlier, but it's probably Steve Zahn.
No, yeah, Steve Zahn is so good. He's so good, and I think me as a movie goer misses him, and so it made me like this movie more because I was like, oh my gosh, I have not seen him in anything in like
a while.
I can't even like think of like
Saving Silverman.
Yeah, the newest thing I've seen him in, and so you're just like, and he's so good, and you're like,
yeah,
what are we doing here? But I think the cast is perfect, how it is.
Yeah, the whole cast knocked out of the park. Like we said earlier, it was just so lived in. Like you felt it felt like a real story, like Christmas story for a modern age. But
yeah, it's so good.
Yeah,
it's in our top 5s Christmas movies of all time.
Crazy, and no one else has seen it. Please watch it.
And honestly, after first viewing, I was like,
instant classic.
It's one I'm watching every Christmas.
Very rarely does that happen for me.
Oh my gosh, I've seen so many different Christmas movies. I'm like, I'll probably never watch it again.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Yeah. Great movie. Please go seek it out. It's on HBO.
Yep.
But yeah, Not their typical spotlight, but we had to spotlight this one for Christmas.
We had to.
But yeah, great movie. Have you heard of it? If you haven't heard of it, definitely, like we said, wholehearted endorsement for us. But what are some other Christmas movies that you would consider modern classics? Has there been anything coming out the past 5 years that would fit that bill? Let us know that in the comments. Let us know what your favorite Christmas movie is. While you're down there, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and come back for another Cinema Clubhouse podcast.